What up? Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Another top three for recovery. Got my boy Taylor coming on. It's a little slow. Hold on. Oh, memes. Hi, memes. Always good to see you. Jay Lee, what up? What up? Addict to Athlete, here we come. Hold on, we're waiting. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
What up, brother?
How you doing?
I made it home safe and sound.
Perfect, perfect. I know that traffic can be tough sometimes.
It's a little brutal on that five.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Daly knows what I'm talking about.
Oh man, born and raised in LA, man. I know exactly what you mean.
Absolutely brutal, dude. Brutal.
Yeah,
Hey,
terrible.
we're gonna let some people come in.
Perfect.
What up, Tiffany? Roxanne? What's up, guys? Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. We got an epic show. Top three for recovery with Recovery Rock Stars.
Boom.
Got Taylor, Manuel.
There we
It's got the laugh going. Jordan. What up, Jordan? Lufiga. Hi.
That's better. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I've got the sun coming off the window here, so I got that natural shine
That's
going.
perfect. That's perfect. I'm actually funny story real quick. I got a tripod set up right here with the light, around it. And
Yeah.
I was like, do I go with the light? Do I not? And with the light, you can actually see my eyes, the light shining. So yeah, so I just opened up the blinds a little bit and I let the natural light come in too.
Yeah, so it's so funny. I did one of these videos with Brandon Novak a couple of weeks back,
Yeah.
and he had like the mood lighting going. I had like the straight up sun going. He's like, "Bro, take it down a notch, man."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
All right, man. I want to get into it.
Totally.
So, Taylor, thank you so much for joining the interview, man. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And you've got an incredible story. I want to start with right here. How long have you been sober now?
So 3.5 years now. Sobriety date of October 10th, 2015.
Nice. And let's get into it, man, because you struggle with a lot of stuff. You said you started smoking and drinking at what age?
So 12 years old. I got the opportunity just at a young age, being from LA. It's pretty common, and I took it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of evolved into the harder stuff.
Totally. It evolved quickly, man. I kind of had this sense as soon as I did drugs for the first time, it was my answer. Right away, life became my problem, and drugs and alcohol were my answers. So from that moment on, I made the decision that this is going to be my career. Everything I do, everybody I'm around, everything I'm involved with, everywhere I go is going to be, surrounded by drugs and alcohol, and they're going to take priority over everything in my life.
That's pretty crazy. I've never heard somebody address it like it's going to be my career.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was.
That's pretty intense.
It was, man. But that's how I felt about it. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. Was involved in that lifestyle and everything that came along with it. At the age of 12, it's a weird realization to come to, but I feel like I always had that that inside me, like that go against the grain, like inside of me from a young age. Before drugs and alcohol, it was cartoons and food. I would isolate my room and not want to be a part of reality, and I would eat all the food that made me feel good with all the sugar in it. And if I wanted more, and if it took me out of my reality, then I did it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how did you finally get clean?
Got the opportunity one more time to go to a facility, and this time I took it serious, man. I got to the point where I didn't really care if my life got better. By the end of it, 27, was hooked to crack cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, IVing, all of them on a regular basis. And I didn't care if my life got better. I just wanted it to change. I found myself in an extremely unhealthy and damaging environment. It was like I can, equate it to, the depths of hell, right? That's what we hear. But this was, I was living at my drug dealer's house, basically his slave, and watching him commit domestic violence on a regular basis with his girlfriend, man. And I had to get out, so I got the opportunity to go one more time, and they told me to do some things, and I did them, and again, my life started to get better, and so I ran with it. And as soon as I got the self awareness to know that, like, I can use this experience to help other people, there was no looking back.
Yeah. Yeah, and now you're doing that, which is absolutely epic.
Absolutely.
Some of the things you're doing, which we're going to get into, but that is a perfect segue, man, to hit me up with your top 3 for recovery. What are your top 3 tips to stay sober?
All right, so top 3. Number 1 is get connected. Get connected.
Yeah.
For myself, that's an anonymous 12-step program, but for other people, if it's, a church, if it's a support group, if it's a Facebook page, if it's a bowling league, like whatever it is, or the gym, surround yourself with people that are on the path for progression and self-discovery. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Number two.
Number 2 is find purpose, right? Find purpose. That was huge for me early in recovery. And so I'm a firm believer that purpose isn't like overnight, right? It's something you have to build and you have to work for. So try something and try something and try until you find something that you like, and then you can do it regularly, and that will build eventually into purpose, into passion, right? So finding purpose, trying over and over again until you find that thing is key. And then,
I love that.
And then number 3 is this is my number 1 of all: help other people. Seriously, that's the key to life, in my opinion. Helping other people as much as you can, as often as you can, no matter what. Whenever I'm in my own head, whenever I have a hard time finding purpose in life, I help somebody else, and that's truly what gets me in the solution.
Well, you hit all my 3, man. Recovery Rockstars, I created this community so we can help others, and it's my absolute passion and purpose. Yeah. So yeah. I love and I empathize and I feel exactly what you're saying, man. I love it.
Thank you.
And you're doing some cool stuff now. Tell me what you're doing.
So right now I have the opportunity to speak in schools, which is incredible. Work with adolescents, high schools, middle schools. I'm working with parents on a regular basis. My life has been dedicated to education, right? I have a very unique education that I've experienced, that I've been through, and I'm using that to try and educate others on the topic of recovery and drugs and alcohol, from the perspective of somebody who lived it for such a long time. Parents have a hard time recognizing things with their kids. People that are early in recovery or early in addiction even have a hard time recognizing and don't necessarily have that self-awareness. So that's a perspective I can bring as somebody that says, hey, you know what? I've been there. I know what you're going through. And you know what? You can make it out. Yeah. If I made it out, you can make it out. Here's the steps I took, and here's how I can relate to you. And it's an incredible opportunity.
Well, I could see you being a great educator because of your story, because of your passion, because of what you've been through, man.
Yeah. It's man. One thing I tell people is dude, sobriety, it's a gold mine. Whether you're an addict or not, when you focus all of your energy on something besides partying and self-destructive behaviors, it's incredible what you can accomplish. Really is.
Love that. Yeah. Love that. And how can people find you if they want to connect with you?
Yeah, so the personal Instagram is at addict _2 _athlete. That's addict2athlete. And then my Facebook page is the Sobriety Society. If you want to search for that, it's at the Sobriety Society Official, and that's the quickest way to find that there.
Yeah, and I would say there's a top 3, 4th for recovery with you, and that's fitness, right?
Yeah, totally. So fitness and nutrition have been a big area where I find the just the easiest way every day to grow myself, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? I'm a firm believer, man. You are what you eat. Hippocrates said it, many years ago, man. So it's a big passion of mine. And again, it's just one of those tools that we use amongst so many other to try to feel good and look good and be there for other people as well.
Love it. Well, this has been a great top 3 interview. I really appreciate you, Taylor. I appreciate you taking your time and coming on and sharing your story and insights and helping others, man.
Oh, man, the pleasure's all mine. I so appreciate you having me on.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, guys. Woo!
Bye.